What's going on, LABPOD fan? Prince of George here. Welcome to the Lions and Bears podcast, episode 12. In no particular order series, I have a hybrid episode for us today. We left off, me down in Southland, LA, and I transitioned to a new destination, a new state, a new city, a new role. And I got to be honest, I was a little reluctant. I got very comfortable down in LA. I was loving it, having a blast. I know it started off that way, but it ended with me having a blast. And my role was changing, so I was going from a lesser role, shouldn't say lesser, but a role to where I didn't have as much responsibility to a role to where I would have much more. And I got to be honest, I got a little comfortable down in LA, so I really had to count the cost. Do I want more responsibility? Number one. Number two, what's the situation? I had to be real careful. I had to ask some questions here because I wanted to make sure that I had the capacity to fulfill this new role. So I had a lot of questions. At the end of the day, here's what I had to overcome. Again, we're talking about overcoming. We're going to continue this theme, and I'll talk more about the new destination, which would be Las Vegas, here in a different episode. But here's what I had to overcome in the meantime. The fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Living out my purpose. And here's something I had to come to the conviction of as well. Okay, I'm a minister, I serve. But whether I'm leading a small group, medium-sized group, I'm fulfilling this role, that role, I'm in charge of everything. At the end of the day, I'm still serving. And I had to be okay with that. Lead X amount of people sometimes, Y amount of people, different occasions. And I had to be okay with whatever role I would fulfill. In this instance, I didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle, and yet I knew that there was a need. I could fulfill that need, and at the end of the day, it's what I felt called to do, despite fear. What about this? What about that? This person, this situation, pay, finances, where we're gonna live, where we're gonna sleep. And this is all before the kids. I'm still having all these questions in my mind. Is the wife gonna be taken care of? What's the ministry gonna look like? And I decided I'm gonna go without knowing all of the details. To be continued. Leave off on a cliffhanger because it started off a little rocky, but once it got going, some of the best moments of my life. Love you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode 13. We'll call it Las Vegas. Much love.